Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing Sainsburys Taste Difference Yorkshire Bitter, made by the good people at Black Sheep Brewery. And you go on the internet, and on the internet it claims that Yorkshire Square Ale, from Black Sheep obviously, is actually sold as this. Who knew? This is on several websites, and you've got to take the opinion of people with who have a lot more experience than I have of what the truth is there. So should be an interesting review. I've actually reviewed the Square Ale. Can't remember what I gave it. A hell of a long time ago, but we'll give it a go and we'll see how it is. First things first, I'll open it. Now with these taste difference and extra special, from different supermarkets, finest from Tesco's, you do expect the beer to be what it says, taste of difference or finest or extra special. Is that always the case? Not always, no. So with this, nice amber colour, white head. Good lacing around the edge, no carbonation through the centre. And as I've said in a previous review, somebody pours beers for a living, a beer sommelier, I can't pronounce it. When you tilt the glass and you get it and it basically comes with no head on it, that is a bad way of pouring it. The best way of pouring it is actually to get a head, because you're getting rid of the CO2 out of the glass. Because he did an example of where he did one that he'd done perfect with no head whatsoever. Put this, I don't know, whatever it was, a stick of something in, swished it in, and it bubbled over, and he said that's what happens in your stomach. Then he poured another one with a head like this, did the same stick trick, whatever it was, and none. So it just goes to show you that it's probably a good idea to get a decent head on and get rid of some of that CO2. And that's why people get bloated and gassy after they drank a beer. Or lager / cider, etc. Although to be fair, most lagers froth up like a sod anyway. The carbonation is that intense that it's getting rid of it anyway, you would think. So, I can smell butterscotch around me. I must have drank some butterscotch last night. Yes, it's in the bottom of a glass and it smells gorgeous. Totally put me off. So, a classic and beautifully balanced Yorkshire bitter, combining hoppy notes with bittersweet malty undertones and a dry refreshing finish. The Black Sheep Brewery is situated in the beautiful Yorkshire Dales and is renowned for producing great quality beers. The brewers use the finest Maris Otter malted barley, fresh Dales water, whole flower hops and traditional Yorkshire square fermenting vessels to create this exceptional beer. Taste dry and refreshing, style malty with a hop finish. So on the website, it's classed the same as Yorkshire Square Ale. 3.1 out of 5 from 121 ratings. Now for me, Black Sheep Brewery, they make some great beers. Wigwelter, yeah, I'm crap at ours, is probably the king of the beers, amongst their beers. It's a top 10 or round about a top 10 beer of mine. Absolute storming beer. Head's dissipating quite quickly. Certainly malty on the nose. Malty on the taste as well. I'll have a look at a few reviews. 2.7 out of 5. Clear amber with a fluffy white head. Aroma of marmalade and biscuit. People get some strange aromas. Some herbs. Deadish texture typical of old school bottle bitter. Dullish malt but the finish is dry and pleasantly bitter. Another one, 3.1. Golden copper with a decent off-white cap. Noses, biscuits, straw, dried fruits, brown bread, toffee. And that's all he says. Short but sweet. Another one, 3.1 out of 5. Amber coloured with a thick white head. It has a toffee and almond flavour with a warming, dry, citrus fruity finish. Pretty good. Bottle as taste the difference Yorkshire bitter. Nice malty body, fairly sweet with nice hint of citrus. Good session beer. Yeah, I think that's where it really is in its element. You know, it's 5% though, so it's got some good strength to it. You know, it's not the standard 4% fodder. Oh yeah, you get the hops at the end, that citrus hop right at the end. Somebody else says it's a bit dull. It's not too bad drinking. It's a bit dull, and yeah, it's a bit like that really. So today, got some builders in to do some. Got plasterwork that's had it. Living in a 100-year-old house. Well, it's nearly 100 years, and in Sherwood, Nottingham, and they've got some plasters blown, and so they're supposed to be in the morning. The plasterer phoned in sick, and they've got two others working for them, and they're there to smash off the plaster. And I looked at what they did in 3 hours work. I'm looking and thinking, I can do as much as that myself in 3 hours, you know. And I ain't no plasterer. I can certainly knock crap off a wall. You know that's and both a bit, say hello, and both a bit ignorant, but can't fault them, can you? I suppose doing a job for you. But the house, I mean, it's total upheaval, because we're having the downstairs toilet, the dining room, the front room, and my lad's bedroom. There's issues in all 4 rooms. Lad's bedroom's upstairs. He's just having this paint put on to stop the damp. Whether it works or not, God knows. But that downstairs 3 rooms have got to be have the plaster took off, and so obviously that incurs a massive cost of redecorating. So it's going to be a painful month or 2, but I suppose at the end of it we'll have a very well redecorated house. Me and the wife are going to have to day at work, come home and get decorating. But at least when you've done, it's pristine, no dirt anywhere, no cobwebs or anything like that. Every surface is as clean as they come. That's the hope anyway. So yeah, not a lot to say really about it. It's, to me, someone got it right when they said it was a session beer. It most certainly is. It's one of them beers you'll see in a pub, best bitter. And then you've got, like me yesterday, we was in near Doncaster yesterday in a place called Clarborough. And it was in this pub, and they had the standard Carling, Stella, Guinness, and they had one best bitter, and it was a Pheasantry, the brand, a local brand to the area, and it was okay, but it was just a best bitter. It wasn't a King Goblin or something that you'd really you'd enjoy and you'd want a few more of. Just pretty much a standard. But I suppose in them sort of pubs, you're catering to the whatever clientele you get in, and most of them are probably older blokes who aren't craft beer drinkers, or not interested in trying new stuff. But if I was the owner of the pub, I'd have a load of bottles in the background, and say, right lads, I've got these, all about £3. Because if you're paying £3 a pint, you can pay £3 for a bottle when you're out in a pub. £3 each, he's paid £1.50 for them. You're making 100% profit. And then, that's what I'd do if I owned a pub. Have a load on the shelf. And obviously I've got my top 10 beers. I'd have all them on the shelf. Even price them a bit higher if need be. Because I'd pay, if I went to a pub and you've got some nasty best bitter at £3 and you've got King Goblin in a bottle for £4, the £4 wins every single time. Unless it was about a tenner, then I would have issues. So it's nice. It's okay. It's not that interesting. I've drank the other version as well, the Black Sheep Square Ale version, and obviously I didn't know it was the same beer, otherwise I wouldn't have bothered reviewing it. But you can't fault Black Sheep. They're obviously doing something for Tesco's, and they'll get one of their brands, a brand that's stood the test of time, bottled it up, tastes difference. But is it really? If you're paying a premium price for this supposed taste of difference, and it's not, then So, it was an okay beer. Malty on the aroma, malty on the taste with a citrus finish. Nice looking beer, I suppose, really. The head dissipated quickly, lacing throughout. And it's still leaving a taste in my mouth now. So it's not a horrible beer. But it's not a beer that I would rush out and try again. It's certainly not. It's one of them you try once and then it's on the back of the shelf then. And that sort of beer for me. So out of 5, I'm going to give it a 3.8 out of 5. It was okay. It just wasn't quality in my... it was more for a traditional best bitter. Thanks for watching. See you soon.